This is lesson 15 for course 1, problems about equal groups. So when we're doing problems about equal groups, what we're looking at is multiplication. If we remember for multiplication and division, what happens is you have a factor times a factor equals a product. Okay, so this is your product, and these are factors. Okay, this is a multiplication problem. Now, when you're looking at equal groups, it can be multiplication problems, which you often use, but you also use division to find your division problems. So for division, you will often see something like this, and you're looking at your quotient, your divisor, and your dividend. Okay, those are the different pieces to a division problem. Your quotient, which is your total, your divisor, and your dividend. So what we want to look at for this one is we want to look at what information we have and what information we don't have. So at Russell Middle School, there were 232 seventh grade students in 8 classrooms. If there were the same number in each classroom, how many students would be in each classroom? So we're just looking in each classroom. That's our question. How many students in each class? Well, we know there's 8 classes. So if I were to draw this, I would be doing 8 classes. And then I would have 232 students to split into 8 classrooms. Now, as you see, if I'm looking for how many are in each class, I don't actually know yet. But because I'm taking this number and splitting it into equal, and that's a really important word, equal groups, because I'm putting it into 8 classrooms equally, what I am doing is dividing, because that's what division is you're taking a number and you're dividing it. Now, to find this number, we did multiplication. So one of the ways to look at this is you have a number in each group. Okay, so number in each group. Then you have the number of groups, which in our case is 8. You have a total, which is number in all groups. So we have been given the number of groups and the number in all the groups. So I'm going to erase this piece. And we're going to take a look at it. So what I have is number of groups, which is 8. And I have the number in all my groups, which is 232. What I don't have is this top number, the number in each group. Okay, I don't have n. So as I said before, depending on how you looked at it, I noticed right away it was a division problem because I have 8 classrooms and I need to know how many students are in each class, and I have 232 altogether. So I'm splitting 232 equally between each 8 classrooms. If you didn't realize that and you went and tried to multiply, this is what you should come up with. You should come up with, I don't have how many are in each group, but I know how many groups I have and I know how many I have altogether. Now, because we get this, there is something I can now do. The inverse of multiplication is division. So I can go this way for division while coming down is multiplying. So I'm going to divide 232 into 8 groups, and that will give me my n. So let's do that off to the side here. So I have 8 dividing 232. Now, I'm going to go through this division quite quickly because we've already covered division. If you need a refresher in that, go look back at the division level 2 and division level 3 from Math Concepts, and that will cover just division. So 8 goes into 2 0 times. You can choose whether to put the 0 or not. I kind of do a dotted one just to remind myself. 8 goes into 23 twice. which is 16. Do my subtraction. 3 take away 6, I can't do. I need to borrow. This now becomes 13. 13 take away 6 is 7. 1 take away 1 is 0. Okay, I now bring down my 2. 8 goes into 72. This is where a multiplication chart would come in very handy. 8 goes into 72 9 times, which is 72. Subtract equals 0. I now have how many students would be in each class. In 8 rooms, I would have 29 students in each class to be able to make 232 students. So my answer is the quotient 29. Now, if this is a test, I would ask you to check your work. You should be able to do, remember we were missing this top number, 29 students in each group, 8 groups all together. I should be able to multiply and get 232. Now, if you did that and you did not get 232, go back and check your division. If your division is all right, come back and check your multiplication, see if you made a mistake. But on a test, I would expect you to check your work just to make sure you have the right answer and you haven't made a calculation error. So that is lesson 15, problems about equal groups for course 1. Remember, when you're doing equal groups, you're looking at missing number multiplication or splitting things into division. Okay, it's one of those two that you're looking at, but that is equal groups.